So, I took a little stint, a really, really quick stint to a hospital. It was a very kind of sensitive issue. There were some things going on with me that, needed to be addressed, but I don't think anything as drastic as having to go to the hospital. But I went because there were some people that I needed to reach in this hospital in Bellevue. And it's really strange because the ministry of going into these hospitals really evolved on its own, and I never quite understood what the heck was going on with me doing these bizarre things to get me thrown in these hospitals. And then I end up with this big stack of thank you letters from these patients that were affected, people affected by my presence in these hospitals to help them get through these rough patches of not wanting to kill themselves. So it turned into these 15 separate encounters where I was going to where, you can't just go into a psych hospital. You cannot just say, I'm here to visit, I want to see the people. You have to know one of the patients or become one. And that's what God chose to do with me for this 8-year period of time. So this last time I went into the hospital all on my own, I had much love and support from Willapa Behavioral Health, who provided my transportation to the hospital. I was there for about 2 days, not even a full 72 hours, and they arranged for my transportation home. And while I was there, there were a couple of people that, I made a really kind of a not really in-depth impression on. But I had told these people, get each other's contact information because you guys are all going through something together that nobody else will understand. And it really resonated with them. The whole first 20 hours that I was at the hospital, I had this really bad migraine. I got really sick on the way up, car sick. And so I really had only, about 8 to 10 hours to get involved with these patients one-on-one. And I don't want to disclose too much information because I don't want them to feel that I have somehow exploited them or capitalized on their situations. This hospital has a really strong program. A lot of these hospitals, when you go into them, it's not just... people don't have a really, really good visual and basic understanding of what these hospitals are. You've got everything from no programs, no rehabilitation, no counseling, no help whatsoever, to these people, staying in these dual rooms or in solitary or whatever, all the way up to hospitals that'll let you have a cell phone on the floor, which is really, really rare. But I found that when I was pregnant with Christopher, I ended up in probably the best hospital in the state of Washington, which was in Yakima. So what I've always wanted to really do, in the documentary, I had gone through, and it used to be about me just documenting my day, going through with Christopher on these walks and going to these places and reading scriptures and putting gifts around in the community, and, they'll come to mock and stay to rock kind of attitude, doing all of that. But really the heart of what this documentary is about is with respect to having spirituality integrated into therapy and the mental health system. Currently, the DSM-4 creates a conduit and a catalyst for scientific minds to try to treat a lot of people who are going through spiritual encounters. So if you have a vision of something, it's a hallucination. If you have a dream of something, it's a delusion. If you have hopes to become famous or do something musically or to become an artist or to break out and to do something really amazing with your life, you are suffering from grandiosity. No matter what positive element is going on with you, the psychiatric field, it sucks the life right out of you. It's like mixing oil and water. it's why I came up with the title Jesus and Lithium. Jesus on one end and lithium on the other. The use of certain medication deadens the light in certain people's eyes. It happened with me. The weight gain, the loss of hair, what happened to the enamel on my teeth, what my body was put through, having blood pressure issues, diabetes, all of these things never would have happened to me if you know, God wouldn't have put me in this particular position on this particular path. So it's a double-edged sword. On one end, I've gone through every horrible thing that you could pretty much imagine, from rape to being asleep in a coma when my son was born, to being in another coma where I almost died, to these, transcending into parts of heaven and parts of paradise, and seeing animals that haven't even been created yet, and being in the space that very, very, very few people are allowed to go when they're alive on this planet. And so when I say I'm not of this world, Philippians 3:20 talks about how earth isn't my home. So this documentary has so many different facets to it. And all I've really needed the whole time is for somebody to just kind of take it by the hand and say, okay, we're going to break down each of these pieces. And in the ministry section, we'll put these clips in, and then the walk through the hospitalizations, that'll all be one section, and really make this kind of come together in these different kind of compartments through one project. And that's really kind of what I want to do. I lost 1,400 clips, which was devastating. The interviews, the people I met, the places I went and saw, the interviews in the cemeteries, all these people who kind of were captured in my element, it's all gone. So I had to start anew. And so what I did was divide part of the documentary into a spin-off of one of the parts of the ministry that I've done, which is gift giving, and it's called Love in America. And Love in America is about how people respond when perfect strangers come up to them and offer them a gift, and to capture their reactions and to see how they respond to that happening without a big clunky cameraman and a camera in their face, because people don't act the same way. People don't act the same way when they're on camera. On and off camera, people are just completely different. So tonight, what I'm going to do, I'm at the restroom at the Ocean Park beach approach off of Bay, and I'm going to leave another gift that I've already had. I have to kind of rein in on the money that I'm spending at this point, and be really creative and hopefully get some gifts given to me for free by some of the thrift stores around here and stuff like that. But I really wanted to make this clip because I haven't really made a whole lot to throw onto the documentary for YouTube. For people that are checking out the clips, there's a lot of Christopher because some of the family wants to see more of him. So anyway, I'm going to go do this thing, and thanks for checking out this clip and watching and listening. And if you have any ideas or suggestions, or you know of anybody that might be interested in getting involved on some level, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment on this video, or email me at angels4eternity@gmail, or hit me up at facebook.com/angels4eternity. That'll take you to my Facebook profile. So anyway, thanks a lot. This is Angela Arnett signing off, and remember, wherever you go, there you are.